What could possibly be better than truffles? Truffles and shiitakes, of course. Together, they're one of the best things that can happen when East and West hook up. But because that marriage can get a little pricey, I've come up with a more affordable way to bring these two great flavors together. Truffle oil and shiitakes, which are starring in 4 great one-pot dishes. A seared Kobe beef with truffle shiitake sauce, wok-stirred mushrooms with a citrus vinaigrette on top of a frisee salad, a chicken liver shiitake crostini, and a truffle shiitake one-pot dish created by one of New York's finest restaurateurs, Donatella Arpaia. East and West, all in one, right now on Simply Ming. I have a great guest from New York City, restaurateur Donatella Arpaia. She works with David Burke and also Michael Salakis at 2 new restaurants. Nice to have you, Donatella.
Nice to be here.
A very interesting story. You're a corporate lawyer. You came from a family of a bunch of restaurateurs. Your father, right?
Yes.
And they said, don't do it, don't do it. We want you to be
it.
a father, lawyer, engineer, right? You know, doctor, lawyer, engineer, which is like my parents. And then you're like, no, the buzz got you.
I
And
quit
now
after 6 months.
you have 3 restaurants.
That's right.
Amazing. And your newest one's called?
Anthos.
Which means what?
Blossom.
Blossom. Beautiful. Now, I assume you enjoy truffle oil and shiitake mushrooms and all that.
I am Italian.
You are. And what's the dish you're going to make today?
We're going to make risotto, which
Beautiful.
is a classic northern Italian dish from the area of Piedmont.
Excellent.
So we already started sauteing our shiitake
Right.
mushrooms. We're going to cook it until it's barely done.
Okay. Which you have there.
We're going to take it out of the pot and we're going to add it in toward the end of the dish.
But you're going to use the same pot for the risotto?
Exactly.
Okay, beautiful.
Of course.
Do you want them chopped up or leave them like that?
No.
Okay.
Just leave them just like this.
Okay.
Add a little more oil.
Right.
We have a 1/4 cup of onions, which we're going to sweat.
Excellent.
Until they're translucent. If you could
chop some thyme
in the meantime.
So it's a shiitake truffle risotto. And
yes, we're going to use truffle oil to enhance the flavor. And when you're making risotto, it's really important that you use arborio rice or carnaroli rice. It has a high starch content.
Yep.
And the whole goal of risotto is that it's creamy and al dente at the same time.
Exactly.
That's a trick.
I do challenge you to try the Japanese sushi rice, koshi hikari.
Really?
Seriously, to make risotto.
I will try that.
It's a higher absorption rate.
And it has a high starch content.
It's fantastic.
Right. Okay, so basically now we're going to saute the rice. And you want to saute the rice in oil, and we can add in the thyme.
Okay.
And it creates like a protective layer.
All right.
So that it absorbs slowly and it maintains its shape. And you want to use a wooden spoon. You don't want to break the rice up.
And the metal spoon won't break it?
Exactly.
But it also adds a little nuttiness and flavor too, right?
Yes.
Yeah? Excellent.
So we just saute it for about a minute.
Okay.
Looks beautiful, doesn't it?
Yeah, you can already smell it.
And you're going to have a pot of simmering chicken stock, about 3 cups. And the whole idea of risotto is it can't be rushed.
Okay.
So you're going to ladle in a little at a time.
So don't some people use wine too? Deglaze with wine?
You can. And if you do that, you want to make sure you do it in the beginning so the alcohol burns off. But I'm using chicken broth. And basically, you have to take your time. You have to stay by the pot. You have to stir because you want the starch to be moved and you don't want the rice to stick to the bottom of the pot. And you do this for about 15 to 20 minutes. And it's a whole process of
It's a labor of love, right? I mean, you can't. It's some things can't. Some things can't be rushed.
Especially cooking. And this process goes on for about 15 minutes. So if you ever order risotto in a restaurant and it comes out in 2 minutes, it's not a good sign.
Yeah, blue ginger. No, you're not.
No, not at all. So here we have risotto that's been cooking for about 15 minutes. Look how nice and plump it is.
That is beautiful.
Do you want some more? A little more broth?
Okay. So this is almost there, right?
It's almost there. And we can add one more.
One more? Okay.
Exactly. Now,
so what's this grain like now versus this? Obviously, this is much plumper.
It's about 3 times in size, but yet it's still intact. It's not broken up, and it's still al dente. Italians want the rice to be al dente, but look how nice and creamy it is now.
It looks fantastic.
And now at this point, we can add the mushrooms back in, our beautiful shiitake mushrooms.
Yep.
A little softened butter.
Okay. And then you have
3
what
tablespoons.
in here?
I have pecorino milk and butter, and we're gonna do a little foaming today. So if you could take this, strain it, and then with an immersion blender create a foam. I'm gonna top it off with a little foam.
All right.
Over here, a little Parmesan, and at the end, we're adding our truffle oil for flavor.
Excellent. And are you, you must be a huge white truffle freak.
I am huge.
Right.
I get very excited at
it's
October.
The best. I trained in France,
really...
and I was all about black truffles. I just
Until
never
you
had enough
white truffles?
until I had enough quantity of white truffles, right? Because when you have like 2 slices, you're like, whatever.
I know.
But when you eat like a
and
golf
it is
ball,
very expensive, so that's why truffle oil is a great way if you can't afford white truffles to impart the flavor. Here we go.
So, Donatella, again, this is just pecorino cheese and what?
Pecorino cheese, milk, and butter.
That's it.
That's it.
And then now you want me to take the immersion blender and just
foam
whip
it until it creates a light foam.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of foam, but I really like how the foam is on top of the risotto.
It's an interesting sound. And you do this at the restaurant?
We do, at David Burke and Donatella.
Isn't he one of the most amazing chefs?
He's unbelievable.
You know,
he's so creative.
Oh, he's
so
Berkey
talented.
he's been on this show, but Michael too.
And he's funny.
Oh, he's funny. But Michael, I've never met such an intellectual.
Self-taught chef. He just started a few years ago, and it's amazing what he's doing with Greek cuisine. No one's done before. It's very exciting to watch.
Well, it's so neat because there's new French, there's new American, there's new Spanish, and now there's new Greek. So how am I doing on my phone?
You're doing great.
More? Keep going?
A little more.
Okay. See, that risotto looks amazing.
Doesn't it look beautiful?
Yeah, you can go ahead and plate that up. I mean, you can tell it's creamy, but every grain is by itself.
Look at that. Beautiful shiitake mushrooms. I love your log of shiitake, by the way.
Yeah, huh? You can take that home.
Okay.
And then you're just gonna put a little of this.
A little more truffle oil on top.
Is spuma foam in Italian?
Schiuma.
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 Oh,
close.
So what's spuma?
I don't know.
It's a shoe. It's a shoe that has Velcro on it, right? All right. You need more?
I think we're good.
Yeah.
Just take a little spoon.
You got a little spoon there?
Right here.
You want a bigger spoon?
That's okay. That's it.
Oh, I love that.
Isn't that beautiful? And I love the light, airy foam on such a rich dish.
That looks fantastic.
And it adds that extra bite of saltiness. Pecorino is a sheep milk.
If you were in this kitchen, you wouldn't believe the smells going on between the hot cheese, really, and truffle oil and risotto.
What do you think?
Looks fantastic. Shall we eat and drink?
Yes, absolutely.
After you. Beautiful dish. All right, Donatella, we got some great food.
All right.
This one is it's a Cabernet Sauvignon. It's a combination of Sonoma and Napa grapes. Matched it with the Kobe beef, and then for your dish, I have a GSM Grenache Syrah Mourvedre.
Oh,
please start eating
wonderful.
with from Australia, which I love.
Try this. Beautiful. I've been eyeing it ever since.
Oh, the Kobe, yeah. I can't wait to try your risotto.
Mmm.
Oh my
It
God.
melts in your mouth.
The risotto's perfect.
Thank you.
Right? You can taste it. There's just a little bite to it, but there's a kernel.
So it stayed firm but creamy.
That is delicious. Please have a chicken liver. Do you like chicken liver?
I love it.
Help yourself.
I pretty much eat everything.
Do you?
Yes.
You're like the Chinese. Oh, love that.
I'm not a cheap date.
Cheers to you. Thanks so much for being here.
I drank first.
Yeah, no, it's okay. we already started, but thanks for being here.
Thank you.
And all you out there, as always, thanks for watching. Check out the website for all these details. And as always, peace and good eating.